Do, 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 do. Jeopardy music. It started here.
You almost did that perfectly to the song I'm listening to right now. It's like, what the fuck? I was very confused for a second.
Speaking of being confused, I was watching a video earlier, science video, and just fucking randomly I heard like a loud female voice. Like, the fuck?
Science video trademark?
It was in the science video. It was one of the fucking administrators of the lecture fucking warning people to actually cover their ears for the goddamn explosion sound. I'm just like, it's so fucking annoying. Yeah, it was just kind of out of the blue.
And that's how Caleb lost his vision. I guess. Excuse me, brain.
Wait, we're talking
That's
about
how
the
Cal
eclipse
became
now?
deaf for a day.
The video in question, by the way, is the get the exact title of it, but it was the chemistry of fire and gunpowder. It's a video up by the Royal Institute.
All right. So anyway, then, he goes, all right. I can understand your plight, and I'm thinking this sounds like a pretty good deal, but I have a secondary part to this to offer you. So, I'm sure, I don't know how much you have ever dealt with the Aasimar homeland, but due to a series of events and connections and relations and everything, my blood sister, different race parents, big thing, I won't get into the details for you, but my sister is essentially now the owner of a franchise, and she wants to expand beyond just Aasimar and the couple of cities that they deal with. So, if I can get her to somehow make connections with you and bring you into the big group of it, where then her suppliers will also become your suppliers, would that ever interest you? I'll roll diplomacy.
Please do. What skill was it to counter diplomacy? That's motive.
Yeah, sense motive. She's gonna have to go pretty high, though.
Will a 9 beat it?
No, I got 30.
Aha.
Class rank, ability modifier, stuff from my stuff, and an 18 on the die.
I rolled a 3.
So anyway, though, yeah, he makes her that offer of down the road potentially seeing if she would want to become part of and having his sister come make a deal with her to become part of the Aasimar franchise. I have no word for it, so.
Well, she definitely seems intrigued and goes to respond to you with, this seems like a good offer. Let me think about it. However, still we'll have to at least put some gold down, just in case you don't come back.
That's fine. That's fine. Again, I will take up your offer, though. So, how much gold are you looking for me to put down? I was thinking of using the test dummy, using the fountain, and using some floating stones, and then also during my performance, using the minor trick spell there and the dancing lights spell, along with all of my other abilities. But specifically from your store, those things.
Would you be able to do 20 gold?
Sure.
Kind of as a deposit.
Of course. And he pulls out 20 gold.
Sucker.
Tate, if Marcus ends up stealing these items, his alignment will change.
Yep, he is super lawful good.
What about the
That's-
shop? The shopkeep is fleecing him.
Not really, when you consider the price of
really.
these items.
20 gold as a deposit, which he might then technically get back, Tate, for like, what, 1,050, give or take 1,150 to $1,200 of gold, and then the 25 on top of that, so 25 gold for the scrolls. She's putting a lot of faith in him if she's low on inventory.
I mean, it's kind of hard to have a shop if you have no more inventory, so...
True.
Right.
She's willing to take a gamble.
What race is she, by the way?
I'm glad you asked. She is a race called Lashunta. Race of humanoids that exhibit a curious sexual dimorphism.
How do I spell that?
Lashunta. With a link to the page, it's in the mobile.
So they're like humanoid, almost bug-ish people?
Yeah, essentially.
They're adorable.
Alright. So then he collects the stuff, and he thanks her, tells him, or I guess tells her, oh, I never did tell you my name. My name is Unaan. Unaan Harlthen.
It's nice to meet you, Unaan. My name is... To be determined. Paige, do you seriously not have, like, recommended names for fucking Lashunta?
That's a weird name. To be determined. Huh.
It's actually Teuebie, Tubi.
To be Mertend. The D is her
And
middle
then,
name.
no, D is her middle name.
Anyway, so then after she tells him his name, he tells her, "Wish me luck," and heads on off back to the event.
After careful deliberation, her name is Zeki. Z-E-K-I. And by careful deliberation, I mean just random names, you know. And whatever looked good. Well, anyway,
Alright.
You make it back to the place, stuff,
Yep.
things. Do you actually meet back up with Kaz?
Are we all setting up our own individual spots, or is it kind of going out one after another?
One after another, and you'll be actually setting up, like, 5 minutes before your actual act.
Okay. Then I guess, yeah, he meets up with Kaz and has all of his stuff. Stuff that he's borrowed and stuff that he owns. And is, just getting ready.
You have, like, 3 sentences to each other.
Cause doesn't work in 3 sentences.
Out of game real quick. I get the, I don't know if any of you ever watch Geek and Sundry, their D&D thing. I get the feeling that Tate's character Kaz is essentially like the Jester character, where you can use the message spell for 30 words, and it's just a fucking paper every time she uses it. But anyway, 3 sentences, okay. Unaan comes up and goes, "Are you ready?"
Yes. I see you've kind of prepared.
I have, and I've progressed in what my sister sent me out here to do, which is potentially expanding her franchise.
So we have the same goal. Business partners or business adversaries? We'll have to see.
Later that day, Kaz is killed because it was adversary.
Well, at the end of that message, or comment, statement, whatever, the Kitsune announcer can be heard over the crowd saying, "Welcome everyone, I'm your host as I have been for the past few days for the events here in the main square, and welcome to the Magic Style Competition. This competition, like the Melee Style Competition, is all about the finesse of magic and the spectacle that can be created with it. Sign up at the table like before to be entered into the contest." I will have presumed that you two actually did that before.
Yeah.
You can see some contestants, though, heading over to the table to enter the competition. Many of them look like people who do parlor-style tricks instead of attack-type magic or anything of the sort. Those who may have flunked out of or left of their own accord from a magic school. And after a few more minutes go by, and it appears once everyone has signed up, the Kitsune announcer announces... I need to find better wording for that. Okay, everyone appears to have signed up. If you haven't, then you're unfortunately too late. We will begin the competition in a few minutes. The contestants are thinking about how you want to do your magic demonstration. After like 15 seconds go by, they continue with, "Let's have the first contestant step into the ring for the demonstration." A female gnome bard steps into the ring, announcing their name, Hiro Mayako, and talks about herself a bit in her past and giving a bit of an idea of what she'll be doing before going into a large performance, playing the drums and a guitar at the same time while still casting spells to aid in the performance. Lights being casted around her, forming a natural area before dancing to the beat of the music and turning into a small village, then into a small town, before finishing off into a large depiction of a town. Her performance finishes up after this and ends off with the lights slowly fading out with the tune of her bardic music, and has a roll of fog show up concealing her in the end, where the music stops completely and the crowd erupts in cheer for this spectacular performance. Which then can be heard by the announcer. "It was a wonderful performance by Hiro. I find it hard for anyone to follow her up with anything better." By which Hiro then walks off the stage, making way for the next contestant. In which case, the next contestant will be Unaan.
Alright. Unaan walks out, and is there dirt or anything like that on the ground? Or is it more just the stone ground?
It's stone bricks.
Okay.
Might notice some dirt and whatnot between the bricks and stuff just from people walking and whatnot normally, but yeah, mostly stone brick.
Okay. So he goes over, we'll say probably right where the target dummies were for the archery and everything else. But he goes to that spot and puts the dummy down and makes sure that it's good and stable. Walks over to the other end and lays out candles in a circle, and then between the candles, some incense sticks, and places the orichalcum fountain in the center of that.
Wait, did you say orichalcum instead of orichalcum?
Yeah, I say it weird.
Were you in the Acalcum forest?
I mean, orichalcum is a thing, it's not the same as horichalcum.
Orichalcum. My brain just goes instantly to orichalcum. But he places that down. Pausing real quick, I would have had enough kind of knowledge. The fountain, you said it was altering water. What did you mean when you explained it that way? Like it's producing water in itself and dropping it, and then it's disappearing?
Not quite. Horicalcum is a dull coppery substance that warps time around it. So it makes it appear to be sped up or slowed down.
Okay. In that case, so after doing that, then assuming that what you're supposed to do is kind of what she did, he looks at the crowd and goes, "Hello, my name is Unaan Horothane, a descendant of the deity, or an Aasimar descendant of Horus Ra. You know, I was taught to try and be many different things, but there was one skill which you'll see closer to the end. That is my true knack, my true ability. I could," he walks over to the dummy and uses corrosive touch on it. The acid damaging it as it heals itself. Looks at the crowd. Injure it from touch. Walks away a little bit. Raises a hand up. Uses, or is it ranged? Yeah. Uses acid splash. Again, damaging it a bit. And then allowing it to fix itself. Or I could damage it from range. But that's not really my way. Personally, I'm a lot less of the fighter and a lot more of the helper. The fighter, he takes out his staff, walks up to the center, pulls out the first scroll, whips it down, casts prestidigitation, minor trick. I can't get the word right. And has the candles and incense sticks light up and makes his voice a little more booming and makes the area a little dusker. Well, maybe not the area a little dusker, but makes it just so he's more standing out, so to say. Drops the scroll, 'cause it's useless now. And he goes, "I have to summon my helper." He proceeds to do a sort of summoning dance, spinning the staff ever so slightly, not like a quick motions, but more like a fluidic, watery motion, while going a circle around this candle circle that he made. Finally, he stabs the staff down onto the ground and uses the spell Create Water towards the Horicalcum fountain so that the newly summoned water is doing its weird, slow, and also fast time manipulation around it. Lets go of his staff using Mage Hand so that the staff will start to float into the air. Takes out a sickle and slices the air. From the slice, out walks Aethys, which I'll grab her. What the crowd can see is a tallish, female-looking full plate armor that also has now, along with Unaan, suddenly the glowing symbol of Ra on their foreheads. The summon screams everything of kind of like your holy knight type of deal, like white armor, kind of looks fancy, but not enough yet. Just your typical kind of knight that's maybe a little touched. And then he, as soon as she walks out, he uses daylight around himself to make it look like they are both glowing and just radiant. As he does that, to make sure everyone's semi-distracted with her, he quickly uses the scroll Dancing Lights and tosses it to the ground, having the lights go up into the air and forming the symbol of Horus Ra above them as well. He then snaps his fingers, and upon Aethys, mage armor appears. So now it looks like she is also glowing as well. And he just says to her, "Would you please be a deer?" And she just dashes forward and uppercuts the test dummy up into the air, and then it comes with a loud crack when it lands. As she walks back to him and goes, "Thank you." And then he looks to the crowd. After walking to the crowd, he's made sure that more or less kind of hidden in his pockets were the stones, but so that he would have it now loose enough that the stones would start to float out and hover around them, just for that ending, like, quote-unquote badass look. But that's it.
Alright, as your performance comes to an end, the crowd erupts in cheers, similar to what was heard for Hiro Mayako? Mayako? I don't know. You can't fucking do Japanese-style names.
Okay.
The announcer also mentioning how good the performance was, and that it might be a good competition against Hiro. Marcus, I will also need 5 spellcraft checks from you, by the way.
Sure. Also, he picks up all the stuff and makes sure that the test dummy, floating stones, orichalcum fountain, and now the technically blank scrolls, he collects them all and then puts them into another bag and makes sure that Aethys is holding on to it. Considering someone might be able to rip it out of his hands, but
I mean, to be fair, if Steve Rat wanted to take it, he would be taking it.
that's true. But he feels safer giving it to Aethys, so she's holding the stuff that he wants safer.
Alright, you come off the stage then. What are your 5 rolls? And if you want to just add them up and then average them for me, that'd be great. Are you going to do that then, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm just getting out my calculator then, so I'll add them all up and then
Divide by 5.
divide by 5.
In the meantime,
Should
then...
it come up, roll up, or round up or round down?
Down. Because D&D doesn't care about half.
Okay.
Cardam, on the other hand, will be doing stuff with guards, yes?
Yes.
I'm going to assume you're going to try to find out where some guards are, some easier targets.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see who's paying more attention to the pretty lights than their pretty wallets.
Who's readily assassinatable? Wait.
I mean, you're not wrong? But you're not right in the most spectacular way. Okay, to be fair, the average of a number is called several different things. Sometimes, and it can be like really, really annoying.
It really isn't, though, Lamb. Regardless, perception?
It's brain 13.
Well, you can definitely see that the guards, as you come in over by the portal, are gathered around and a bit more focused on the magic style, considering they don't too often get to see this type of stuff, since magic tricks and whatnot on the street are prohibited.
Yeah, I'll just be trying to like pick someone off in the back here.
Are you looking for guards over there?
Well, just like someone off in the back, so it's like they're less likely to being looked at, or like have someone in their peripheral vision.
Ah, alright. Go ahead and do sleight of hand then. Or
It's
stealth, rather.
It's a 28 stealth. I already did 2 rolls. The first one was goddamn 4, the second one was a 19.
Well, the good news is I did not roll an at 20, so you were able to stealth just fine.
I would hope you wouldn't see me anyway. I have a fucking 28.
What did you roll for the sleight of hand then?
I haven't yet.
Ah.
I rolled the first 2, and I was like, I probably shouldn't get too far ahead of myself.
Lamb roll higher than a 19.
I didn't.
Well, damn.
I rolled 14.
Well, the particular guard that we were trying to take from noticed you with your hand in his pocket or satchel or whatever you're trying to get from him.
My hand on his sack.
Yes. And kind of grabs you by the hand and stops you and goes,
I lose this round.
What are you doing?
Well, judging by the way you have my hand on your bag there, I'm assuming you already know. I'm guessing I lose this round.
This round? Oh, the thieves test?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you do.
Great. You can find the one guard who's not looking at the pretty explosions. Well, at least you're really good at your job, apparently.
That's what we have to do.
Fair enough.
I do not recommend boasting about some of the other guards you've taken from already. Or the other guard.
You mean the one other guard?
Yes.
I wasn't planning on it.
21, by the way.
21 average?
Yeah.
Nice.
Spellcraft, I have a +7 too.
Oh, nice.
I rolled actually pretty well on most of them, except for one I got 11, so I only did average, but... Which average is still good, I'm not saying it's not, but still.
Now, are you able to give me the median of those? I'm joking, by the way.
Give me a minute. I'll get you the chart for increase and decrease across skill checks and if I did better over time or worse and blah blah blah.
I also need the linear regression line for the dice you rolled, as well as the derivative of that.
Oh my god! All right, no.
But how do you get a derivative of a line? Wait.
A linear equation that actually gives you a derivative of a whole number or a fraction, depending on the linear equation itself.
Can you tell I haven't done math in 4 fucking years?
I technically haven't either.
No, but you're better with those sorts of things than I think most everyone else here.
The derivative, though, of a constant is 0. But if you start having a variable, there was a derivative somewhere. Regardless, my math is showing. Any other guards you wish to try to get to, Lamb?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna move the fuck away from this one first. I'm gonna go around over here. Do I need to do a perception 1 too, or you just want to skip straight to stealth?
I'm going to assume you can find a guard at this point.
$22.
You are stealthed. Just fine.
Alright. Let's hope I don't botch this roll. Which means I'm inevitably gonna botch this roll.
Unless you roll a 6.
I didn't botch the roll. I got a 22 again.
Oh, nice. You are able to steal from the guard.
I'm just gonna do the smart thing and try and do 1 pick per.
Was there a particular thing from the guard you were trying to steal?
No, I'm just going for one of the bags.
Okay. Are you going to look inside the bag?
I'm gonna do that between performances in sets of applause.
Alright, so you're gonna go for more guards then.
Yes. Probably do one more this set.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we have Percepted a guard.
26 on stealth.
You were fine. And unless you roll a 1 for sleight of hand,
I rolled a 1 for sleight of hand.
What's your total? What's your total for sleight of hand by chance?
6.
Ah.
I have 5 decks and I don't have any ranks. So
I rolled an 8.
Yeah.
So even with your bonuses, still under, unfortunately. Yeah, you were caught yet again. Well, I say yet again, but to you yet again.
Trying to see if I have anything that could help me here. I don't really think I do unless I use another fucking hero point.
Lamb, look at kind of the bright side. At least now you're proving yourself right to Steve Rat that you really are not cut out for being a thief.
Okay, to be fair, the one with the guard on the at the picnic table was just really bad luck on my part. Kind of the same with the dude that was over here, is I just got really unlucky on the pole.
Yeah, unfortunately the fucking picnic table one, that was just bad luck because I rolled a fucking nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
No, I understand. I'm saying, though, that the dice are, in a sense, actually helping you.
Yeah. Like, I could actually do really good at this if I had, like... If I had training and a rank in sleight of hand, that would also be at a +9. But...
there's also tools that you could be using to further assist you and having competence bonuses and stuff like that, so...
That's true, but I don't really have the money for that. Unless they were down in Thieves Guild and I'm just fucking blind.
No, there were none there available.
Yeah.
Though some might be offered as a reward for this competition. Anyway, as you get caught, the guard kind of grabs you and does the, like, choke hold kind of on you, but not necessarily. It's where they grab you, put their arms underneath your armpits, up and around the back of your neck.
So it's full Nelson, I think it's called.
What's that called? It's been so goddamn long.
It's illegal in wrestling.
It's illegal in wrestling? Since when?
Yes. For quite a while, at least since I was in middle school.
What year was this?
So I got out of high school 4 years ago, so 4 years before that, and 1 year before that. So, 9 years? Almost decade. It's because it's, like, really dangerous, because you can really fuck up someone's neck.
I watched wrestling in the 90s. So, yeah, it was a bit more allowed, apparently.
It is illegal, but I can't find when it turned illegal.
But yeah, it's because it's really dangerous for people's necks.
So is football, soccer, rugby, a bunch of other sports.
Yeah, but those ones you're wearing protective gear. In wrestling, the closest thing you have to protective gear is illegal moves.
Closest thing you have to protective gear is not getting caught.
I mean, I tried, but then I fucking failed so hard.
Anyway, you are in that hold.
Well, that's 2 in the square now.
He lets up a bit. 2 what?
Here's the second one up here to catch me out of 2.
Second one, why weren't you... oh, wait. Thieves Guild? Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Alright.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, lets you go and goes back to watching the competition.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, back off, stretch my shoulders a bit, and, start moving around over here for once the next guy finishes.
Over there by being on top of the town hall. Got it.
Well, I'm going around the town hall, but... Yeah, so what was in that other bad guy stash? The bad guy scored?
83 gold, as well as a indicator of the guard ID number. You also found a small brass key in there. Unsure what it's for.
Would I be able to... Well, no. There would be no way I could fucking just figure out what the hell's in it. Or what the hell it's for.
You can tell the key is for a lock somewhere.
Somewhere on this planet.
Hey, Lamb, roll me intelligence. Correction, roll me knowledge engineering.
Watch me roll a fucking 1. Or a nat 20. So, 27.
Random idea pops in your head, and you're rolling a nat 20 is perfect for this.
And by nat 20, I mean 6 that I'm turning into a 20.
Ah.
Because gift.
That also works and is appropriate, because looking at this key, you figure out that brass might be a cheaper option to make that handcart out of.
God damn it. I should, like, go start writing these down.
Might also need to find, a blacksmith and whatnot to see about actually making the handcart.
I'm a metalsmith.
Oh. Well, you might want to confer with other blacksmiths about this handcart. They might have some ideas to help you. Anywho. So Marcus's, or Unaan's test with Aethys just ended. Next up will be Kaz.
Hit me?
No, it's Bob.
Alright. Upon being called up to the stage, Kaz gracefully kind of glides up to the set. First thing he does is, as he's walking, he pulls out a music box out of his pack, as well as a potion, setting both on the table before letting the music box start to play. He turns around, mysterious chiming tune starts to play, clap his hands together and bow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and beings of all ages. I am Khazro Raynham, an aspiring white necromancer and starting merchant. While my performance today is not as flashy as my fellow competitors, I do have a question for you. You've probably heard of the necromantic arts and how they are scary, mysterious, unknown, perhaps downright evil. Khazro then flicks his hand in the air. He casts Detect Poison, which basically just kind of, all it does is create like almost like a green aura around the area. It's just for effect rather than utility. I'm here to tell you that the balance of life and death are a natural and inherently are a natural order of things and inherently unnatural way of life. Necromancy, much like any other school of magic, when treated right, can be mystical, magical, and whimsical. He pulls out a piece of paper from a pack he keeps up, kind of closer up, holding it in the air. He casts Ray of Frost at it, essentially freezing one side of the paper, not the whole thing. At the same time as he does that, he drops the paper, casting Daze with one hand. It doesn't do anything to hurt the audience, just kind of create a flash of light. At the same time, he would cast Arcane Mark on the paper side, which is essentially facing him. He catches it, holding the mark out for the audience to see. Now, the secret of understanding life and death is not only helping the hurt and mending the sick. He takes the arcane mark, kind of aiming it at himself, channeling mage armor over himself, so he begins to glow. But helping and just to kind of prove a point, but it's also in helping those ready to pass on peacefully in their dire times of need. Sometimes it leads to some unpleasant encounters. He holds his hand up with the icy block, the arcane mark facing him once again, and lightly pressing it to his own chest. He casts Inflict Light Wounds on himself. I'm gonna roll real quick. It doesn't really matter. It's not enough to actually knock me out. I went to the wrong fucking board, but it's just for effect. Don't worry. Does 6 points of damage, so he looks a little beat up. After that, he regains his focus. Sometimes we or others end up hurt. Friends, family, by those who work against the balance, work against who work against us or our clerical brothers. White necromancers, much like our priest friends, are healers as much as protectors. You may notice I'm in a bit of pain, but don't be alarmed. The white necromancer always prepares himself for this kind of situation. Had I or someone been hurt further to the point of unconsciousness, we could bring them back to wakefulness with a touch. I can't obviously do that now, but I can heal eventually. At this point in time, though, he reaches down and picks up a potion. We can also rely on alchemical means for a price, which brings me to the important point. Be on the lookout for my shop. Coming soon, hopefully. Kaz's On the Brink specialty drinks. He downs the potion. As he turns away, he casts Daze and Detect Poison one last time for effect. Kinda to woo the audience, before throwing a swarm of cards, each card having an arcane mark at the audience. Just keep an eye out for the mark on the card. They'll disappear after the performance. But that's all I've got for now. Toodaloo. He steps down for the performance. Essentially, he casted Detect Poison, Ray of Frost, Daze, Arcane Mark, Mage Armor, Inflict Light Wounds, Daze, and Detect Poison.
Okay, well, roll me 5 spellcraft checks. And average, like before. As you're doing that, the crowd, cheers for your performance. The Kitoon makes comments about it. We're in between events. Or rather, the next event is currently going on, technically. Steal some more.
12 on stealth?
12 on stealth, huh? Oh, you're stealth.
Oh.
I rolled a 7. It almost was on a 16, but then it was just like, nope, 7.
Fuck you! I should have saved my 6! It's an 11.
For sleight of hand?
Yeah. God damn it.
Well, you're able to steal.
Yeah, well, okay. So it's like, what, 3 per round, or 2, or...
3 actually seems fine.
Alright.
Like, keep in mind, while you're doing this, other people are also out there stealing, possibly from, other guards that happen to have more money on them.
Yeah.
And might be able to do it really rapidly.
12 on stealth? Because fuck me.
You're a stealth. I rolled a 4.
With a modified 20 on sleight of hand.
Well, you successfully stole again. I rolled a 6.
Oh my god, I got 2 in a row.
But will 3 make it better? Oh, I've rolled worse.
I mean... Yeah, I've rolled worse too. 26?
On stealth?
Yeah.
You more than doubled by 12.
All over again.
Yeah, sleight of hand check.
16.
Well, you are 3 for 3.
Nice.
Marcus, are you okay?
Make my way back here.
What do you mean?
Why are you flicking me away?
check my haul for this run.
You're gonna break a thing. It's...
One of the bags you find 113 gold and a piece of paper with a guard number. The other one was 93 gold along with a piece of paper with a guard number.
So 113, 93, and what?
Oh, the third bag, which I did not actually state what the hell the contents were, is a identical brass key, 79 gold, and a piece of paper with a guard number.
73?
79.
79? Okay.
Tate, what did you roll and average?
16.2. It's a 60. Kaz more treated the competition like a brand
Educational
recognition.
performance.
Oh,
Yeah, educational
we-
performance.
We couldn't tell Tate that it was him trying to get buyers.
It's all about branching out early, even before you have your shop set up.
Lamb, do you intend on trying to steal from more guards?
Between events, yeah. I can wait for next time, though.
Well, I mean, I don't have much dialogue left. I want to go through.
Oh.
So, if you want to roll 9 more guards is probably what you're going to get from this area for this
Holy
event.
shit, okay. I'm still writing these ones, holy crap.
For these 9, I'll give you a list of what you get.
Okay. Well, it's just the way I'm writing them out on my sheet. Probably isn't the most efficient way. 11 on stealth.
Oh, you're stealth. Rolled a fucking nat 1.
Oh, well, good for me.
Better roll a high inside of hand, though.
Nope, 10.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, yeah, there's no way.
Nat failure into a nat 20.
Yeah, I got a... It looked like it was going to be 18, and then it just slowly transitions to a 5, just to make me sad.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
go through the...
Hell.
Go through the song and dance with this guy, too. I just imagine this being the same guy I worked with the first time. It's like, God damn it!
Alright, next guy.
That's a nat 20. So 29 on stealth.
You are good, and unless you roll a nat 1 on sleight of hand, you are good.
I got a 16.
I rolled a nat 1. Next.
That's an 11 on stealth.
11 on stealth fails.
Alright, next guy.
I mean, you could still technically try to do sleight of hand, even though you've been noticed. It's just going to be a much harder.
Sure. No reason not to. That's a 21.
You are able to steal. Although just barely.
Nice.
Next.
$18 to stealth.
Good.
With a 17 to sleight of hand.
You're good.
15 to stealth.
Good.
With an 11 to sleight of hand.
Just barely good. Isn't like one
I'm
point
getting a few of
above.
those. 19 to stealth.
You're good.
With a 10 to sleight of hand.
Good again.
Okay, how many have I done?
6 to 9. You failed 1.
Oh, did I do all of them?
No, you need to do 3 more.
Oh, okay. 22 to stealth.
You are more than good.
21 to sleight of hand.
Good again.
25 to stealth. With 9 to sleight of hand.
Fail. On sleight of hand.
18 to stealth.
Matched?
I think he wins? Unless we want to do a tiebreaker.
Let's do a tiebreaker because I don't want to bother looking up the rule right this second.
Am I adding stealth to this, or is it just a straight roll?
Just re-roll the number, I guess.
8.
He notices you.
Oh.
So you got 6 of 9.
I got 16.
Oh, so you're still going even though you got detected?
Yep, might as well.
Yeah, you failed. So you got 6 of 9.
Damn. And I have one more?
Nope, that was it.
And didn't I, get 7 to 9?
Nope. You failed the last 2?
I got fail, success, fail on the...
There was
Yeah,
3 in
okay.
total you failed.
Yeah, okay.
With that, let's go back to the event. So more contestants take the stage, each showing their own performance with various spells and methods to their madness. The fucked word did I use here, brain? SHWOING.
Schwig.
Schwig.
Oh, I see what it did. It's a typo for the word showing. Showing the joys and wonders of magic to the audience.
Missed the O.
No, I swapped the O and W.
Oh.
Some are doing drastically better than others until everyone is finished. And once everyone's gone, the Kitsune announces, that was a great experience for all. Just give us a moment to figure out who won the competition today and wins this very shiny mirror. The Kitsune then holds up a mirrored mithril buckler, which spellcasters would actually be able to use. And some gold. Crowd chats amongst themselves, waiting for the final judgment. The Kitsune announcer then was on to say, alright everyone, we have the winners. First place goes to Unaan. With his very splendid performance. He is the winner of 40 gold and a mirrored mithril buckler. Okay, the shiny mirror.
Shiny.
In second place is Kaz. I don't know why my brain had to pause on the name, considering I have it written down in plain text
Cause.
in front of me.
But some would say cousin.
Unfortunately, Kaz doesn't win anything for this year's event, but congratulations to Kaz, and in third place is Hiro Mayako. Mayako, whatever the fuck's the name. So, Marcus, I assume you go get the 40 gold and mirrored mithril buckler? Yes, I can fucking hear the goddamn cricket.
So, okay, so Mithril's kind of like a small-ish shield, kinda.
Mithril is not the shield. Buckler is a shield, but yes, it's a small, small shield.
Is this one that has to be held, or is it one that can kind of go over the wrist?
It's a wrist one.
It's
Yeah.
a wrist one.
That's
It's a
the point
very
of the buckler.
yeah. It's just meant to be a very, very light shield.
In real terms, it was more of used for parrying and rolling swords.
Yeah.
Rather than actual defensive holding up against an attack.
Right. I'll just look at this stuff later, but I have it written down then mirror to mithril buckler. In terms of what it adds and what it does and everything. The primary thing I just real quickly checked now was to see if it did any arcane spell failure, but it does not, so it might become part of my outfit.
Well, I mean, it technically did, but that's why making a mithril got rid of that. So yeah, it was something I designed for spellcasters to be able to use.
All right, but yeah, I'll write this stuff down later when my mind is working better.
Is there anything else roleplay wise then?
No, we can next game I can deal with going and returning stuff back to the lady.
Alright. That'll be
Yeah.
it for this week then. Next week we'll pick up for the second half of day 4.
Those, well, kept people's eyes off me. That part's just kind of under his breath.
I find your strategy interesting though, Kaz. You seem to use magic to emulate parlor tricks, which is the opposite of what half the people here did, which they used parlor tricks to act like they had magic.
But that is the point of magic, is it not? To... How would you put it? Educate those who are less enlightened when it comes to the arts of mysticism?
I mean, it depends on the kind of magic, Kaz. I don't really know. My magic's
If I'm
all more about
inspired-
summoning, life.
And my magic basically amounts to fist. So.
I cast.
Well,
Kaz
essentially-
points at you, shaking his head like, exactly.
I cast fist!
Essentially, I may have been using it as brain recognition, but I was also teaching. Maybe I've inspired a few youthful minds to pursue either a white necromancer or a clerical. We could always use more of our kind on the field, the healers.
Right.
While all that was going on, Unaan was also looking around for the Kitsune, and when he sees him, her, whatever, goes up, since we haven't decided yet, sees them, and goes up and goes, how soon is the next test gonna, or how soon is the magic test gonna start? I have some stuff I have to quickly run somewhere, so I don't...
You have a couple hours.
Oh, fantastic. So yeah, Unaan's gonna make his way back to the shop because he needs to make sure he gets that stuff returned. As far as the mirror to mithril buckler, what exactly is it?
Well, I mean, it's a buckler made of mithril.
With the mirrored trait.
Yes. What does that mean? The mirror trait is a polished surface of the shield. It can be used as an ordinary mirror. It can also be used to aid in battling creatures with the gaze attacks, so it can be used to reflect it or, prevent you from seeing it and whatnot. Essentially allowing you to roll the mischance twice and selecting the better result for gaze attacks.
Gotcha.
You can also deal sneak attack damage to certain enemies because of it. There's some other bonuses that come with it as well. Yeah, the mirrored armor or shield also adds its enhancement bonus to the wearer's touch AC against rays.